We are so happy to be here today talking about our favorite campaign. Imagine that a project that we worked for and launched 1 year ago could gain this much international attention is simply awesome. I'm Ingeline, Head of Marketing for a Scandinavian denim dealer, Carlings, standing here with my sidekick, Kiki. The story of Carling's success started in the 80s by a major influencer at that time, Bruce Springsteen. He held a trend-shifting concert in Gothenburg, wearing his 501s on stage. Everyone in Scandinavia wanted to look like the boss. And Carlings became the denim destination in Scandinavia. Today, we have 200 stores in Norway, Sweden, and Finland, and we're shuffling 1 million jeans every year. But despite of our huge success in the real world, we came too late to the online party. Us getting a web shop last year, 2018, was neither new or excited. So what could we do to create a digital differentiation? We were 10 years too late. And there was an overcrowded sea out there of heavy international competition in the e-commerce market. But 10 years too late made us think 10 years ahead. What if we opened a web shop 10 years ahead? What would that look like? There has been a digital revolution the last decade. In the gaming world, people are buying skins only to wear online. And in the social media, we have virtual influencers like Lil Michaela. She is a model and a music artist only existing on Instagram. And she has 1.8 million followers. And this revolution, this digital revolution, has of course affected the fashion industry as well. Fashion is no longer necessarily born on the runways. Instagram is a much more powerful place for people to express their creativity and personality and their style. Actually, it's a fact that the fashion production has increased with 60% since the birth of social media. And that explains a lot. Now we experience that these huge, big, high-end fashion brands like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and Balenciaga, everyone is struggling to get the young generation's attention. And they're now making streetwear and sneakers to the young generation. So every day, all the retailers and all the brands out there are struggling to get their attention, to be current, and to be relevant. We had some key insights, and some of those have you already seen. 1 in 9 UK shoppers admit to buying clothing only to take a photo on social media. So what people do, they buy stuff online, wear them on Instagram, and send it back. And this is not very sustainable. Clothing is worn, as you saw in the last presentation, just 7 times on average before they throw them out. And this all leads to this. And many of you probably already know that the fashion industry is the second most polluting industry in the world. And all of this insight led us to a conclusion that our generation lives in a paradox. On one hand, they want to express their creativity online, but at the same time, they want to save the world. So we were asking, could we use technology, could we use 3D animation to reduce the production of physical clothes? And we came up with this idea.
Our generation lives in a paradox. On one hand, we love to express our style and creativity online. On the other, we want to reduce all the production waste that has a negative impact on the environment. A paradox caused by the unwritten rule that we can't be seen online in the same outfit twice. So how do we secure a better future while maintaining our creative output online? With a digital clothing collection, a series of virtually fitted fashion items that you only wear in digital space. This is how it works. First, you take a picture. You choose a product from the web shop before a 3D tailor adjusts the product to your image. Now, your outfit is ready to be shared on social media. This is a new way of expressing our fashion creativity without leaving a negative footprint on the world.
With the help of 3D design, we designed the first digital clothing collection. And making a digital collection is pretty similar to making a physical collection. All the outfits need to be selected regards to texture and design before we send it to a 3D pattern maker, before we send it to a 3D animator, who is the person that actually put the clothes on you. And similar to the music industry, there has been a big transaction within the digital world lately. People don't, like young, talented, don't need a music studio with a lot of instruments to make a hit. All they need is a computer, the right tools, and the skills to use it. And this is the same way how we make digital clothes. With all this in mind, the next fashion revolution might as well be created in a teenager's bedroom. The response of this campaign has been massive, 95% positive. When we present this idea for influencers, they understood the concept right away, and they saw the possibilities both for themselves and their creativities online, but also for the environment. The 5% of skepticism probably comes from watching too much Black Mirror. They were, of course, impressed, but still scared of the future.
Digital fashion is clothes that you don't actually wear.
You wake up in the morning and take a selfie and then just do all the extra bits later.
It's like Instagram filters, like the off-white filter on Instagram. It's also kind of like paper dolls. I feel like my followers kind of appreciate the fact that my aesthetic is really like oddball. I do take digital influences and I edit my photos. If my followers are to see me in like digital clothes, they think that's like super cool.
I think my followers would think that it's great. Some might actually think that they're not quite sure what it is.
I think my followers will really like it. Anything that discusses inclusivity of plus bodies will be something that's going to be internet breaking. Being a plus-size influencer, I can't wake up tomorrow and go down the high street and be like, let me pick up something without it being overly priced or just not worth it. Definitely believe that it could be a positive way of accessing fashion.
Yeah, so today it's just about a year ago since we launched the world's first digital collection. And a lot has happened since then. In the beginning, we really struggled explaining what digital fashion actually was. especially for our colleagues, they didn't really understand that we were going to sell clothes that didn't exist. Today, 1 year later, a lot has happened. We have tons of startups in the field. The world's first digital couture dress was sold for £7,500. And Tommy Hilfiger announced that by 2021, all their design process, from sketching to sampling to showroom, will be in 3D design. Nike launched a sneaker in Fortnite, and just the other week, it was a pop-up shop here in London that only offered digital clothing. We are proud that we created a new way of thinking, not only for the fashion industry, but also for the consumers. It was a direct statement against the consumption world that we all are a part of. But obviously, we have been working on the next step, and today it's the world's premiere. You will actually be the first ones to see this. This is our take on digital fashion. We call it the Last Statement t-shirt, and it's the world's first AR t-shirt. Ever since the beginning of youth culture, fashion has been a way to make a statement. Today's generation has shown the world again and again that they are not afraid of speaking up and making a statement. The whole Greta Thunberg and Fridays for Future is a really good example of that. And I believe that is why statements within fashion is the biggest trend right now. We know our customer. We know that Generation Z sees the world completely differently than any other generation. We know that value is ranked as the second most important reason on why you choose a brand. And it's all about expressing your individual identity. A report from McKinsey & Company actually shows that 58% are willing to spend more money on products that highlight their individual personality. And 77% are more positive toward brands that promote equality online. So having this in mind, we decided to focus on that, to show our company's core values, to take a stand, but also giving a voice to the voiceless. But we wanted to do it in a sustainable way, because how sustainable is it to buy a new garment every time you have a new opinion to express? So we worked on how to extend the environmental impact of one single t-shirt through digital innovation. With Instagram's augmented reality filter, we can allow one single t-shirt to show hundreds of animated statements. We have taken a classic pillar of youth rebellion and reinvented it for digital age. The t-shirt will provide maximal social traction, but with minimal environmental impact. So this is how it works. I'm guessing you all are familiar with face filters. Instead of the phone tracking your eyes, your nose, your mouth, our graphical logo will serve as a tracking point. So you open your Instagram, you point your phone at the graphical logo, you select the t-shirt design that you wish, you capture the image, and you post. And the tech is so well developed so that the design will align with the drapes of the t-shirt and your movements. For us, this is a way to stay relevant. We can continuously update the designs based on daily news and current topics. Every day we could display a new filter without our customers ever having to buy another t-shirt. This is just an example of how digital augmentation will shape tomorrow's fashion industry. We know that customization is one of the biggest trends out there, and with this technology, we can actually invite our customers into the design process. And one of the coolest thing, I think, is giving an item an afterlife post-purchase. I could go on forever about all the possibilities that the technique is giving us, but we're running out of time. So tomorrow we are dropping our first 4 designs, and we have another 16 planned that will drop within the next month. So if you want to be the first ones, you got the chance. Thank you so much for having us.